Yo, what is up, Crocs and Clan members, Poke fans, and other Some Puns video. I'm Sir Crocs and here with another impromptu video from my car. You know what? This time I'm going to turn it up like this because I saw the video and I remembered you never shoot vertical. You never shoot vertical. You always do it horizontal. I don't know how I messed up last time. Why I wasn't thinking. Anyways, that's besides the point. So this video, So let me start off. I actually was planning on making this video like 2 days ago on the reel, but shit happened, and basically, I mean, if everything gets resolved and squared away, then obviously I'll make an update video letting you guys all know what's happening in my life so that you are aware. But basically, the Insane Game Freak, Terrell, the Insane Game Freak, as many of you who have been watching me for a long time, if you have been following me for a long time, no, he is my favorite YouTuber of all time. Ever since I started following him back, like, I don't know how many years ago. I've been a huge fan of him since the Game Manic days. He and a bunch of other Pokemon fans made a podcast video, basically reminiscing on their Pokemon history, how they got into the franchise, what's their favorite things, and yada yada. It was very intriguing and very interesting. And at the end of the podcast video, he made a call out of like, hey, send us a video responses, even though those are technically dead. And you guys know me. I love my video responses. I used to do them quite a bit back in the day when I had the chance. And I mean, like, it wasn't the only thing I did, but I did my fair share of video responses back in the day. And I thought it would be nice to, since I got the call out, not me specifically, but we got a call out. I wanted to do one. I'm going to try to make it not that long because the podcast itself was almost like 3 hours, and obviously there's more people, so that's probably why, but I'm only going to give like key details. There's things like I'm not going to be too specific about, but basically I'm going to talk about how I got into the franchise, how long I've been with it, and any ups and downs. I'm not going to talk about favorite episodes because I can't really pinpoint a specific one for each gen off the bat. And I guess like favorite Pokemon and stuff like that, and like I guess greatest memories or stuff like that. But I'm not gonna try to like go too long because I don't want this video to be excessively long because I'm gonna be uploading it via my phone. So let's see how it goes. But anyway, so as some of you may know, I started off with Pokemon back when the franchise first came to the West. I live in Puerto Rico. So I don't know if we got it specifically the same day as the US did, but pretty relatively close if we didn't. So if we didn't get it the same day, it was relatively the same general area of time. So I've been with the series since like 1997, 98, somewhere around there. I don't remember the exact date, but basically I got introduced at the same, like, to the games and the anime basically simultaneously. I had owned, my first console was a PlayStation 1, so I wasn't full on Nintendo until I got my Game Boy, and I got a Game Boy Color. It was a green, and I got both red and blue because my parents spoiled the fuck out of me. I actually got both versions of Pokemon the same day. I breezed through, like, I basically played blue and red kind of hand in hand, but red was definitely my favorite of the two. And I started off with red definitely because I was a big red fanatic. Red is for boys, red is crazy, red is the best color ever. Obviously I've toned down over the years because now my favorite color is purple, but it's still a derivative, so whatever. But basically I chose Charmander. Charmander was my first Pokemon picked ever, so he was my first Pokemon. And blue, I picked Squirtle because back then I was like, even though I like Charmander, Charizard looks cool. Since I saw the Blastoise in the cover, I thought that you were supposed to get the water starter for that one, which was a little weird because there was no green one, so there was never a chance for me to get Bulbasaur until Yellow came out like a year later. But I was instantly hooked. I loved the games, and I used to watch the anime every day. that it aired. I followed the story, and I even had I have old VHS tapes from like the first season. I don't remember what episode. I know one of them is which one was it? The I think it had the Brock and Vulpix episode. I don't remember the names of all of them, but I know I have like a couple of VHS tapes from like the old school like Gen 1 episodes. It's crazy. And I actually did watch the first movie in theaters with my parents, my sister as well. I was a big fan. I definitely cried. I'm not gonna say I didn't. I cried when Ash died. I have had my fair share of tears with the Pokemon series. Let me tell you that. Like shit. I remember crying in the fucking Butterfree episode. I remember crying in the fucking Pikachu Goes Bye Bye episode. I had cried so many tears for this fucking franchise. It's fucking ridiculous. It's not as much as Fairy Tail now, which is weird. I'm not gonna compare the two, but Fairy Tail has definitely made me feel some type of way. But basically, after a while, I did get around when Gen 2 rolled around. My sister started getting into gaming for a little bit. She gave up after not too long. But my parents decided this time, instead of me getting all three of the games, I would get one, she would get one. So I got silver, and she got gold, which is great because Lugia is my favorite Pokemon of all time. So of course I'm gonna pick the one with Lugia in the box art, because I know that Terrell and the gang already reviewed the second movie, but to me that actually is one of my favorite movies, even though it's not the greatest, and it's purely because it what basically started my fandom for Lugia, as you've seen everywhere. Like fucking Lugia is in my fucking channel art and shit. Like I have Lugia all over the damn place because Lugia is my favorite Pokemon of all time. So of course when I see a box art with this majestic beast, I'm definitely picking that one. And then my sister got gold, and she liked Suicune way more than I did, so she ended up getting Crystal. This was the only time that this ever happened, because after that, I played the shit out of Silver. I even traded. I had 2 Ho-Ohs in my cartridge. Don't ask me why. I think somebody traded me one. I don't know who it was. All I know is that I had 2 fucking Ho-Ohs, and then my Lugia, and then I Typhlosion. She was a female, and I didn't even know about genders. But I ended up finding out it was a female Typhlosion years later. But she was a beast. She had fucking Thunder Punch and shit. She had HMs. She had Strength, which is not good. She had a fucking Flamethrower. But anyways, I had a pretty crazy team. But it wasn't until Gen 3 that my love for Pokemon really kicked off. Because at this point, I've been watching the anime consistently every time I had. And Gen 3, I fucking loved Hoenn. This is still the phase that my sister was playing. So I had Ruby. I got a Koopa Ruby because I thought Groudon looked cooler. And then my sister liked Kyogre, so it was perfect. So she got Sapphire. And I played the shit out of fucking Ruby. And I looked at my cartridge like not too long ago. I had almost 500 hours on that damn thing. I didn't even fucking play competitive or anything. I was doing like the Elite Four stuff. I was playing in contests. I had fucking what the fuck is it called? I made it to the final. What the fuck is it called? I don't remember the contest. You know how there's different rankings. I got all the way to the top and went to. I know I had a Swallow that had one. I think my Blaziken had one in like toughness, if I remember correctly. I had a bunch of shit. It's also the first game where I caught my first shiny ever, if we're not counting the Red Gyarados. I fucking shiny Zubat in the Cave of Origins, or the cave where you catch Groudon. And the fucking thing, I thought my game was glitched. So I see this thing sparkling and doing all this shit, and I'm like, the fuck is wrong with my game? And it was a shiny Zubat. I caught it. I didn't know it was a shiny, and then I fucking evolved it, and I got a pink Crobat that's already in my Omega Ruby game. So it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that game. It definitely boosted my thing, and I loved the fucking Gen 3 anime. I loved May as a character. She's definitely like, I mean, if Misty's my favorite girl for Ash, but like May is definitely my favorite female protagonist in the entire franchise. Like hands down, like she's definitely my favorite of all time. I loved everything about her. I loved the way she handled contests was amazing. And then Gen 4 happened. Obviously I got Emerald and all that shit, but Gen 4 happened, and this is where my fandom for the anime kind of took a dip for a bit. which is crazy because that's when a lot of people's fears for Pokemon like came back. Like, a lot of people dropped off in Gen 3 and then came back for Gen 4. I was the opposite. I actually got the games and I dropped off the anime, but I didn't really care too much. This is the first time I bought all the games by myself. I bought Diamond, I bought Pearl, I bought Platinum, all with my own money. That was not a good thing. I beat all 3 games, of course, but like, I didn't have as much. I know for a fact I didn't put that many hours into the fucking games. I was not into it as much as I was with Gen 3. Like, I literally burned the fuck out of my Ruby cartridge. Like, obviously it still works and all that shit, but like, I went through that. Even Emerald, which I still think is the better of the 3 games for Gen 3. It's even better than the remakes, to be honest. If it wasn't for like, there's specific things I like in the remakes more than the originals, but like, Emerald, I did not destroy that game as much as I did with Ruby. It's fucking ridiculous. I love that game. So Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, I didn't really care too much for it. Like, I wasn't too invested into it. The anime, I actually dropped off for like a good chunk of a while. Like, by the time I actually started watching the Gen 4 anime, fucking Ash was already by his 2nd gym, and you know how long Gen 4 is. Like, that's a ridiculous long time. So I ended up deciding to rewatch it from Gen 4 onwards, and I caught up, and then I was watching it every time the episodes came on. I was always on my TV watching it, but I wasn't too big of a fan of it. Like, I like certain things. I still think Paul is definitely the best rival we have seen in the series thus far, but like, I just didn't care for Dawn. I actually despised Dawn, which is crazy, because I mean, coming off of May, it makes sense, because like, Dawn is like an inferior version of May in every facet of everything, which is why when May lost to Dawn, I was pissed. I hated that shit. I swear. But like, so basically, I just didn't care too much. Obviously, I got the remakes for Fire Red, Leaf Green. I got the remakes for Heart Gold, Soul Silver. And I generally enjoyed those games. I really liked my Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Definitely Soul Silver. I played that way more than my Heart Gold, because obviously Lugia's in the box. Lugia's my favorite Pokemon, and I'm gonna do everything in my damn power to get that fucking Lugia. And then Gen 5 rolled around, and my love for Pokemon came back, and I was so ecstatic because I fucking love those games. Those definitely, like, I think Gen 3 is definitely my favorite, but I still hands down think that Gen 5 has the best games in the series, at least main series games. Like, Gen 5 hands down has everything, and I love the shit out of those games. I had Black and White. I've had Black and White 2. I actually gave my copy of Black to my friend because he wanted to try it out. He wanted to enjoy it and all that shit. And then I had Black and White 2, and I played through them. I had a blast with them. And I did watch consistently the Black and White anime. I never stopped watching it. At this point, TheInsaneGameFreak started doing reviews about him, and so I was really into it with him. I would hear his opinions. I would hear him talk about the episodes reviews and all that shit. And I was rewatching it, not in tandem, because he was reviewing the sub while I was watching the dub, because I have never gone to the sub, because fuck me out, this voice actor, that voice just irks me, and I just can't, I just can't, you know, I can't do it. So around the time that X and Y was going to roll around, I started doing speculation videos on X and Y and things that I wanted. I was excited for these games. So obviously the first 3D, full 3D, or not full 3D, but you know what I mean. It was the first 3D games, and I fucking hate X and Y with a passion. I actually put a lot of hours into my Y game. I never finished X. I'm gonna be honest. I never finished X. This is the first time I never finished a Pokemon game. You know how crazy that is? All these years, I finished every Pokemon game I ever owned, and I never finished X because I just didn't like Gen 6. I played a lot of Y because that's when because when Gen 5 rolled around, I used to play on PO, Pokemon Online, the old school, like what Showdown was back then. I used to play a lot on there, so that's when I really started getting competitive, because that's when I was watching Shofu and a bunch of competitive PokeTubers. I got into competitive back in Gen 5, but I didn't really start doing it in handheld in the cartridges until Gen 6, because Gen 6 made it a lot easier, and I was breeding and all this stuff. So that is the reason why I have so many hours into it, because I got into competitive. But as a game, I didn't really care for Gen 6, and the anime was a lot worse, because I decided to, be like, oh, I want to be like Terrell, so I'm going to review the X and Y anime dub, obviously, because I'm not watching the sub. as I mentioned before, because I don't like Nail's voice. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna review it. And if you're from my channel, you know my despise for X and Y, and my despise for the people that enjoy the series, because I used to get so much shit just from speaking my point of view of why the episode was a piece of shit. I despise X and Y with every fiber of my being. And I hate Serena. I think she's the worst fucking female protagonist that we've ever had. She's fucking lazy, writing, and awful, and everything. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this in the comments, but I don't fucking care, because fuck Serena, fuck her character. I hate everything about her. She can suck a dick. That's not Ash's, because she doesn't deserve Ash. Why am I talking like this? It's way too early in the morning for this. Regardless, I didn't like X and Y. I bought the remakes for Auras because it's the remakes from my favorite generation. I liked them, but they were underwhelming. And then I didn't care for Gen 7. I was not excited for anything Sun and Moon related. I didn't care for the games. I ended up buying them because Impulse. I'm gonna blame it on that. I'm gonna blame it on Impulse. But I didn't finish either one. I bought both because it was just the thing I used to do, but I didn't finish a single one. I haven't even touched Moon, and my Sun version, I left it like not even halfway through the fucking game. And then Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon gets announced. I'm like, are you fucking serious? I bought Ultra Moon because Lunala looks cooler. That's literally the only reason why. And because I saw some things that I was interested in, but the same thing happened. I didn't fucking care for this fucking game. So by the time I would have gotten to the stuff that seemed interesting in the fucking trailers, I wasn't going to get there. I have not beaten Ultra Moon. I have not finished that game, and I highly doubt I ever will, because I just don't like those games. The anime is not that bad. I actually liked Sun and Moon. I still like it. I still watch it whenever I have chance. But I fucking hated the games. I don't know what it was about them that I just despised to death. I don't like any of the... This is the first time I didn't like any of the starters. Granted, Gen 6 is the first time I hated a starter, because I despised Greninja's design with so much. Like, I just don't like Greninja at all. And the anime didn't make it any fucking better. In fact, the anime ruined my love for Fennekin. Fuck Serena again. But I like the Sun and Moon anime. I didn't care for I didn't buy Let's Go, because fuck Gen 1 again, and fuck those games. And now with Gen 8, I'm relatively excited. Obviously, I don't see more. This is all about the games, and I sprinkled in stuff with the anime here and there, but I feel like my fandom for Pokemon rides on Gen 8, because it's been, I mean, there was a little bit of a dip with Gen 4, but they came back up with Gen 5, and then since Gen 6 started, it's been slowly declining to the point where I actually felt like my fandom for Pokemon had died. Like, real talk, Gen 6 killed Pokemon for me. In the worst way possible, because it's not like it's okay, let me put it like this. It's not like Gen 6, the X and Y games are the worst games in history, right? They're not the worst video games to ever exist, and it does have a lot of things over the older titles, but as a whole, like as a package, in terms of Pokemon, I feel like they are literally the worst fucking games ever, and it literally killed me. It fucking killed me. And the anime didn't make it any better, because I fucking despised the anime. I was making reviews for it constantly. I hated Serena so much that at some point, I didn't even fucking review specific Serena episodes. I didn't watch the Volcanion movie. And, like, there's just so many things wrong with it. And Gen 7 didn't make it any better, because I didn't like Gen 7. So, like, I honestly have a feeling that Gen 8 is the make it or break it for me. If I don't like Gen 8, like, real talk, if I don't like Gen 8, I feel like I'm just done with Pokemon. Until, except for like side games of because I've played my fair share of side games. I played all the Mystery Dungeon games. I have played all the fucking Ranger games. I had Pokemon Snap. I had the Pokemon Trading Card game. I had Pokemon Pinball. I had fucking Coliseum, XD Go Darkness, Stadium, fucking Revolution. I had Pokemon Ranch. I had fucking Pokemon I didn't buy Chose because I didn't care for Chose, but I have literally bought my fair share of Pokemon side games. I think that's literally where my fandom's going, because the side games have always been great except for like a few. But like in terms of main series, I think it all rides on Gen 8, which is sad because like I don't want my the main series to die for me. It's been with me for fucking 20 something years, for fuck's sake. Like, I don't want my fandom for Pokemon to just straight up die, right? Because it's something that's been with me. It's something that's been helped me through a lot of my time in my life. It's been something that really inspires me. My little sister is now into it. Like my youngest sister, my other sister doesn't care for it, but my younger sister has is into it. My mom used to so she what is it? When a new Pokemon game would come out, she would immediately let me know, hey, we gotta go to the store so you can buy it, so you can get it. So she's always been supportive. My dad has been a little bit on the fence. He doesn't really care for video games in general, so like that's not to blame him. But yeah, so like it's something that has been with me, and I don't want to lose that. I've met the Insane Game Freak and a bunch of other of my friends online because of Pokemon, and I owe so much to this franchise that I don't want my fandom for it to die just on the fact that the games aren't up to par to what I expect them to be, which is very bad because it's not Game Freak's fault that they make. I mean, it's definitely Game Freak's fault for making them the way they are, but like I shouldn't put these high expectations for a fucking game that's meant for kids, but I do because I want this franchise to succeed. I want this, I mean, obviously it's going to succeed regardless of whether they do it or not, but I want them to be not only successful financially, but creatively. I want them to take leap forwards. I want them to cater to this older demographic that they do fucking have, right? They have it. They know they have us. We might not be as big as the fucking 10-year-old, 6-year-old kids, but we're fucking there, damn it. And like, I know this is gonna be like the critical part of the fucking video. I know it's long as it is, but I love Game Freak. This obviously Game Freak's never gonna watch my video. They never have. They never will. But Game Freak, this is a direct message to you and to anybody else who feels the same way. I love your franchise. It's so ridiculous to say. Like, it's been with me for almost my entire life, because since I was like 4 or 5 years old, I've been playing your fucking games. I've been watching the series. I used to play the card games. I played the side games. I've been with this franchise for literally my whole life. I don't want you to stagnate. I want you to grow. You are a franchise that has so much potential that you have not tapped into. I want you to grow. I want you to flourish. I want better stories with better gameplay. I want more compelling side missions in the game. I'm not going to be crazy like all these people. I want a fucking open world Pokemon game. I don't need that. I just want you to make the games to where if you're a low level little kid casual, you have your way to play the game. And for us older people, we have our way to play the game, which is more difficult, more challenging, more strategic. It actually makes us think. You give us challenging puzzles. Like, change the formula so that you can play in a way where, oh, I'm going to take a chill day, I'm going to take it easy, or I'm going to go full on hardcore. Like, sure, I like the fact that you're catering to the competitive aspect with a lot of these system changes and life changes to help improve how to make competitive more viable, more fun, more obtainable. But that doesn't change the main flaw that the fucking game is way too fucking easy. I want you to challenge me. I want you to make me, bitch out and complain and be like, this is fucking bullshit, or like, I want that. I want to feel like I'm playing an RPG that makes me think. Pokemon, when I was younger, I wasn't catered. I was told, here, go do what you can do, get fucked by all this shit that happens in the game. I want that again as an older, because like even now going back to play the old games, I still run into shit like that. Ghetsis was fucking bullshit in black and white. Like, hey, real talk. Fuck that Hydreigon. I got fucking wrecked by that stupid thing. But the point is, I want your game to be better. I want you to be able to cater to all the demographics, because you're supposed to be a game for everybody. Even though you are aimed at kids, you have a demographic for people that play up from all sorts of ages. And I think you should start catering to that second half, because these little smartphone kids don't know what a good game is half the time. So, I don't know. That's basically all I wanted to say. I really hope Gen 8 is amazing. I hope you guys have made a great product. Masada, you've done an amazing job over the past couple of years. I appreciate all your hard work. Omori, now it's your time to step to the plate. Sword and Shield is your first big major release, and I wish you the best of luck with everything. And I hope you have a fantastic product on your hands. But for the love of God, just from now on, I just take what you have, maybe scrap it for a few, Gen 9 or whatever the fuck you decide to do after Sword and Shield, and make the best damn games you can make that has the ability to cater to everybody and not just the fucking low little kid, casual kids. But that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you, Terrell, for the video response shout out thing that you did. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave your thoughts, comments in the comment section below. Let me know what your basically your history of Pokemon is. It doesn't have to be as extensive as this. You can also make it very responsive, tweet it at me. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Croxon, and I'll see you guys in future videos.